Hello, this is Eli with Wilderness Medics. I'm here today to share with you the information you need to get started with the EMS charts now, the Zoll application for recording EPCRs. You should have already received a help file in the mail, in the email, that will help you get started. That that email will include your username and password. It's a temporary password that is good enough to get you logged in the first time. Once you get logged in, you'll have to create a new password, verify your email, and answer some security questions that will make the application work properly. Don't forget to save as you're working inside of this online application, or you can lose your work. Once you've successfully done that, you do need to go to the configuration tab on the home page. And from there, you need to go to the licensure, your user, my account, and the licensure tab in order to enter in your EMS credentials for the states that you hold. That's up to you to enter those and maintain those. Remember to save your search when you do enter it again on the bottom of that page. From there, you can go ahead and get logged into the application. And the first thing you need to do when you do get logged in is to, let me bring it up. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and log out to show you what it looks like. So it's going to show you a screen to verify your username. It's going to ask you to put in your password. There is a reset password button here if you forget your password and you know your security questions, or you can just get it via an email in order to get a new password. If you can't get logged in, call me, text me, email me, and I'll help you get in. When you first get in, what you're going to see is this home page, and on the bottom right hand side of that, there's a link to a training video you should watch, because it will tell you how to navigate through a new chart. And that's a process you can only learn by a little bit of practice or watching the video. Go ahead and create a sample chart if you wish. Just make it in Arizona or New Mexico as your base state for that. That'll make more sense later. So once you're all set up in here, the next thing you need to do is to go ahead and log in, download EMS Charts Now, an offline application for Android and iOS devices. You can get it from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Just look for EMS Charts Now. Once you get that loaded on your device, you'll see something that looks like this, which is just another login screen. And I guess it timed out and didn't keep that for me. Bear with me here. See. So this is the scenario. You've just been deployed to a fire, and you're on your way there, or you're going to be there in the next couple days. You can go ahead and open up this application and fill out this shift startup page. On this shift startup page, it's just kind of like the generic information that covers what's going on. The first block up here, this tab right here, is your shift, and it's self-evident. You're on a contract wildfire deployment. That's just kind of bookkeeping to help us keep track of where these PCRs are at. Your base station here is the state where you're providing care. So if you're going to California to be on a fire, put California. If you're going to Arizona, put Arizona. Your staffing level is going to be, what's the level of care that you're doing? Um, Obviously, I put down ALS here as a single resource. Now, you could be a a multiple resource, such as such as an ALS team or an ambulance. If you're on an ambulance, put the call sign. If you're on an ALS team, put that. If you're with a REMS unit, put that. In this particular case, I am just labeling this as an ALS kit, being a single resource and going into the field with that. Um, there is an opportunity to add crew members. If there was a team, you could put crew members in here, and I only have one on here. So this is done. Okay. Well, no, it's not. I need to put in the role here of primary caregiver on scene. That's more than likely. Now you can always change that if you happen to, go to a scene where you're just assisting and you still need to make a care report, which would be recommended if there's another medic from another company who's out there in the field, and you get into a situation where you're assisting them. You still need to document that, and this is where you would do that. Okay, so once you got that done, and you could do this on the plane going there, or after you check into the fire, but before you go on shift, you can just get all this set up and go ahead and just close the app from there. That information is going to be stored until such a time as you're possibly at drop point alpha, and you're just hanging out and waiting for something to happen, and something happens, you get a call. So what you would do to use this app to help you out, you would go ahead and click on that next button up here, and once you do that, it's going to give you an opportunity to uh, create a new chart, or if you have charts that aren't completed, you'll see them there too. So I'm just going to create a chart here, and so I just got a call. I'm creating a chart. The first thing I want to do is maybe go to the timeline up here, and and put on times, and I got a call, so I can go ahead and click on this clock right here in the middle, right here on dispatched. All these times aren't necessarily uh, necessary. If it makes sense in the context of what you're doing, you can put onset of symptoms. Maybe the guy was having a cardiac event and you didn't see him until an hour after it started. Well, that would be useful information. Um, that being said, I was dispatched. I went ahead and by the incident, I went ahead and acknowledged that immediately. I'm sitting in my car, just getting ready to, maybe drive to Drop Point Zulu to meet a crew that's coming out of the field, and um, I can mark I'm en route. When I'm en route, I can mark that I arrived at where the patient is. Without getting out of my car, it just takes a second. Um, maybe I know I'm going to be at the patient in a couple minutes, so I can just go ahead and mark that. So I've already captured some times. I can go in and edit and change these at any time, but I got them accurately down, and that's always a useful thing. Um, Beyond that, there's some other useful things that you can do. If you look at across the bottom here, you've got your navigation, elements down here that you've got an attach a button there. Real handy thing, again, a time-saving situation. If you're not in a critical emergency and you got time to get some information from your patient, you can go ahead and grab their driver's license and scan the back of it. That's very, very quick. And I just got my new patient entered with all their contact information, their weight, their height, and stuff like that. I can click on this button up here and capture some medical history real quick. And, maybe he's got a little bit of asthma and maybe deals with hypertension, and maybe he's got some allergies and he's allergic to aspirin and bee stings, and maybe this guy here was a fellow that has a leg injury and uh, an abrasion and a contusion and maybe a possible sprain. And, they helped him out of the field. They didn't need to pack him out, but, maybe he took a little acetaminophen to help him with the pain on the way out. You can go ahead and put doses and stuff like that in, but I'm just doing the quick lineup. So I got all that information. And from there, more than likely you're going to go to what you normally do is go along here. I go to the chart. Maybe I'm just going to, you know, uh, go ahead and go to my timeline, and I'm going to add some vitals and put a time. And then I'm not even going to fill all this out. I'm going to put my tablet away or my phone away because I got to use both hands from here out to provide patient care. But it's in there. I've saved it. I can go back and add to it. I can use my kind of field methodology to keep track of this fellow and maybe write some ongoing assessments on my glove or however you do it, and or with some of the paperwork that we provide in terms of a simple kind of a patient care record that we have for just taking notes on for the purposes of gathering information for this device. Once you get all that done, though, it's important to know that there's some other capabilities here. You can attach a signature. Maybe you're going to release this guy, and he doesn't want to go anywhere. He's just going to kind of refuse further care, and so you can add a signature, and be sure to use the custom tab up here on top. And then from there, you just collect uh, the type of signature you're getting. I'm getting a release from responsibility from the patient. If I click in the middle of this field where the signature is, it'll go ahead and let the client see what they're signing to, which is basically I'm releasing you from responsibility, normal stuff, and they can sign it right on the screen of the iPad. Uh, you can hit save on the bottom, and that's done. Um, Beyond that, let's say that you're actually not releasing this here. You're going to transfer care to another EMS crew or an ambulance or a life flight or a medic or whatever you were doing. You're transferring it to somebody, but you want to get a transfer of care done, and you want to you can get signatures for that, but you want to maybe share some. Uh, I clicked it on my screen. You want to use the camera to document your, capture a picture of your documentation here that you're going to be sending with them to give them a record of what was going on. And I'm going to use that photo. I'm going to save it. And you can see on this attachments page, now I've got a copy of my signature, this document, and that's good. Now, the guy's gone, I can go ahead and go back to the chart and complete the information um, in the other areas here. What's going on, what's the disposition. Um, there is a disposition on here for patient evaluation and care where you just maybe you don't have really any medical issues. Maybe Joe showed up and wanted you to check his blood pressure because he has some hypertension. He just wanted to get that help. So once you're done with this report, you do do as much as you can in here. But once you're done, go ahead and use the upload button on the bottom. And when you upload this, it's going to be removed from this device. You won't be able to get back to it. So don't do this unless you're done with it. When that's done, um, this will give you some information that's been successfully uploaded. And then once that's done, you're going to have to, and you have to do that when you're in internet. From there, you have to go to the online area and hopefully yeah, there it is. So now I got I got a chart in here that I just created, and I can click on that. I can see the chart. A useful thing to know is that there's a chart toolbox down here on the bottom that you can print to PDF this chart so that you can save it on your device and email it to the medical unit leader or something like that. Beyond that, there's also the ability to validate. You have to be on a page here. Uh, the validations here. This is the information that I did not get complete. So you're going to have to go through each one of these and put the information that's required there. It was looking for a disposition or whatever. There will be it'll be a help, help to get you to complete that. When you're done with it, you have to go to page 9 and you have to complete and lock the chart. And it's telling me you can't lock it because you don't have everything done. So you just got to work your way through that. That's it in a nutshell. That's a real short version. I'm here to help you. If you need help, you give me a call, you text me. We can do a Teams meeting or something. I can get you through it. If you get a chart that needs to get done, give me a call 24/7. I'll help you get it done. So that's about all I have for you today. If you have questions or need further information, please reach out.